In this video, we're going to drag this 69 Nova out of the weeds, get it back to the shop, and see what it's going to take to put it all back together. Out of the weeds into my driveway, which is not making my wife very happy at all, but she'll be fine. I'm going to get it cleaned up, get all the leaves and stuff out of it. You can see on the inside that it's full of leaves and water. Now I'm going to get most of that cleaned up, and then we're going to get it down in the shop and see what we're working with. Okay, so this is a new project. I'm still working on Chevy Nova. You can check that video out here. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel while you're here. Like my videos, leave a comment, ask me some questions, Nova stuff. I'm no expert, but I know a lot about them. I have a bunch of them. And let's talk about what we're going to do with this car. Okay, finally got it in the shop, got it cleaned up. If you have questions, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Hit the like button. It all helps me, helps my channel grow. I appreciate it. Anyway. All right, this is a 69. It was originally the GM Frost Green. I'll look at the code and show you, but the floor pans are in pretty good shape. They are, they're rusty, but I didn't see any actual rust through. I saw some holes, like somebody drilled some holes in it. But, and once you hit it with a wire brush or blast it, you might have some holes in it. The trunk, it's not terrible. They cut through right where the trunk latch goes to put a fuel cell, and they cut through the rear cross member. So once I get the fuel cell out and do some looking there, I'll figure out how bad that is. It might need a new trunk pan, the whole thing. Well, it doesn't need the whole thing, but I might have to buy a whole trunk pan to get what I need. Okay, so it's got an 8.2 10 bolt in it. It's got some old traction bars on it and monoleaf springs. I'm not sure if it's a posi. I'll jack it up and spin the tires and see if it is, but I doubt it. If it is, it's broken because it seemed to push pretty easy. Let me show you around the car, show you all the stuff it has on it, stuff that's wrong with it, what we're going to do to it, and then we're going to show you what we got planned. It's going to be pretty cool. Nice tinted windows. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so the trunk pan is my concern. It's not terrible. Like I said, it's pitted real bad, but it's not really rusted through, so it's fine to leave it at the moment. As soon as I start sandblasting or hit that with a wire brush wheel, I'm probably going to knock some holes in it. That's what happened to Chevy Nova. It was fairly solid before I did that. Now, this fuel cell, they cut in right there where the trunk latch goes, and I could probably fab something up and cover that up, but you know, like I said, if I have to buy a trunk pan, it'll be fine. You know, I can cut that part out and use it, because the rest of the trunk pan looks like it's in pretty good shape. So it's not terrible. Up on top where the frame rails and stuff are, those are great. Not so bad. Taillight panel, taillight panel's junk. It's got a lot of rust in it right here. You can see all the way across. Somebody had their battery switch or cutoff switch and battery post there probably for drag racing. It's not bad. Quarter panels. This one doesn't look to be too terrible up top. The bottom of it is shot and the back of it's shot. So like I said, I'll have to do a little more investigating on that. Up here is fairly solid. There's no pins on it for the trim, so I'm not sure if they got ground off or what. Deck filler, like I said, that's junk. You got aluminum on top of the package tray. It doesn't look too bad. They didn't cut out too much to put the roll bar in. This quarter panel is absolute garbage. It was you can see where it has been patched in, and then someone was going to change it and started taking it loose and didn't finish. So it's junk. And I thought the roof skim was good other than right here, but it turns out it's got some real damage right here. When I was washing it, I could feel a bunch of damage here, like something like a limb fell on it or something. So it's got a lot of damage right here where that black primer is. And with the rust on the front and all that, I'm good at fixing dents in small panels, small areas, but something big like that over something as flimsy as a roof skin, I'll never get it right. So I'm just going to put a new roof skin on it. So a roof skin, at least 1/4, maybe a quarter patch on the other side. I may just do both quarters. Like I said, I need to do a little bit more investigating, look on that side better, see what's really going on with that. So deck filler, taillight panel, quarter patch minimum. The doors look like they're in pretty good shape. I don't really feel too much bubbling at the bottom. They've got the aluminum panels on the inside. The windows roll up and down. The rockers look to be in pretty good shape. Not terrible. Like I said, the floor pans, they look pretty good. There's some holes here that were drilled. I'm not sure why. Like I said, they're rusty in some spots, but I don't see any rust through. And both sides are like that. Now, as far as this roll bar goes, somebody obviously did some grinding on these welds, which, you know, if you're going to get it certified, that ain't going to work. It doesn't look like it was bubblegum too bad. Most of it looks okay, other than maybe the position, because I'm 6'1", so I kind of sat in the car to get it in the shop, but I'm not positive it's going to work. The bottom plates, though, they're just done wrong. They're not done how you need to do them. I'm not going to say it's unsafe, but I would probably at least change something on the bottom of it. It's got an old B&M shifter in there. Can't tell if that's a mega shifter or it's locked up. Probably be able to fix that. Like I said, it's just got stickers on there. It had to be fast. Door shuts pretty good. So yeah, drum brakes on it. Got aluminum fuel lines. Got to be a race car, right? So here's what we're going to do. Okay, so you saw what was wrong with the car. It needs a lot of work, but I'm not afraid. I can handle it, and I'm going to try to get it done fairly quick because my buddy Craig, who's a Mopar nut, that's a nice way to put it, right? He called me out. He's got a 70 Dart with a 318 Magnum truck motor in it. It's all stock, the motor is. He's got a 904 transmission and an 8 3/4 rear. Now, for years, he and I have been talking about the best matchup between a Chevrolet and a Mopar. And really, we come up with something that's going to get a lot of hate mail probably. He's going to use that 318, and I'm going to build a 307. Now, you either like 307s or you hate them. If you bring up rebuilding a 307 or trying to ask how much power you can make out of one, everyone, for the most part, will tell you, hey, stop right there, build a 350 instead, save yourself some time and money. And you know what? That's, for the most part, that's true. If you have a 350, it's going to be cheaper to build than a 307. It's going to make more power, more torque. But if you already have a car with a good running 307 in there and you don't want to build another short block, you just want to throw cam and a set of heads on it, you know, pay attention, because we're going to build a good 307. Now, the 307 has a small bore, 3.875 stock bore, 3.25 stroke. The 318, I think, has a 3.905 bore with a 3.31 stroke, I think. If I'm wrong, you know, sorry. So that's a pretty close thing. I'm going to bore that 307 I have out 30 over, and once I do that, it's going to have a 3.905 bore. So we're going to have a really close. I'm going to have a 312 cubic inch motor. He's going to have a 318. He's going to have some advantages. A 318, or most small block Mopars that I know of, have an 18-degree valve angle. That's a huge advantage. In Chevrolet stuff, that's NASCAR stuff, for the 80s NASCAR stuff. Now, stock Chevrolet valve angle is 23 degrees. He's going to have a hydraulic roller cam, and he's going to have a few more cubic inches. I'm going to put a good flat tappet cam in there, and I'm probably going to have a set of aftermarket heads. I'm thinking either Vortec heads, but I've already got an intake, so I don't want to really do Vortec heads because it's not a Vortec intake. So we're going to see what I can come up with on the cylinder heads. He's going to do cam, intake, carb. I think he already has a carbon intake on it. He's going to do a cam swap. He's going to put a converter in it, put a gear in it, do headers and exhaust. I've got to build a whole car. I'm going to use a turbo 350, 10 bolt rear. I'll figure out what converter to put in it. I'm going to use some headers I've got a few carburetor choices, and we're going to have us a drag race. We're going to have us a little grudge race. Now, bragging rights only. We're not betting any money on it, but you guys follow along. We're going to build us a little screaming 307 Nova. See you next time.